Hello everyone. In our today's discussions, we will going to discuss that why India invites all five Central Asian countries for Republic Day parade. Regarding this, I am going to tell you what is the geopolitical ballgame in Central Asia and why India is so much interested about the Central Asian countries, not now but since very long time, and what is the Chinese factor behind it. In order to start these discussions, we will going to start up with the first question. Our first question is why the Central Asia is in the chaotic situations of geopolitical ball game. There is a reason behind it. Obviously, there is a reason behind it. That's why I put that questions. That the world geopolitics is changing and the world is moving towards the chaos, political instability, and the environmental disastrous situations. But India is trying their best to change the mindsets of the countries in and around that region through the soft diplomacy. That India is based on doing that thing. Instead of Chinese aggressions, India is loves to do the soft diplomacy. And after the US withdrawal from the Afghanistan, why first thing that why the US was in the Afghanistan? Because after 9/11 terrorist attack in United States of America, the USA actually attacked Afghanistan to hunt the Osama bin Laden, the Al Qaeda chief, and to kill him. In 2012, they killed the Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, Abbottabad. But they never left the Afghanistans in the hands of the Afghan people, but they conducted the democratically elected government and they put some democratically elected prime ministers and the presidents in their seats. But after the 2020, the situation has changed when the USA got their new president in the name of Joe Biden. He decided to remove the troops from Afghanistan without giving the warning to its neighboring countries. And Taliban took the advantage of that situations and they captured the Afghanistans from the democratically elected government countries. And that situations has actually created the geopolitical ballgame. Those who are around in and around those countries. Among them, the five countries are very important. They are the Central Asian countries. They are actually facing those problems because the Taliban can spill over in those countries and they may be the responsible for the terrorist organizations in those countries and spread the terrorism throughout the world. That is why the geopolitical ballgame actually started. And second question is why India is so interested about the Central Asian countries. India was always interested, India is always interested, and India will be very much interested because there is a reason behind it. India want to build the trust among the Central Asian countries, and those Central Asian countries are Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. And these countries are very much important for India. The reason behind it because of the India's energy sector. India is one of the biggest oil and the natural gas importing countries all and around the world. And India basically import the oil and the natural gas from the Middle Eastern countries and they have the monopoly of sending the oil and the natural gas into India. So that is why the price sometimes goes high and that is why to reduce the dependence on the Middle East, India want to explore these Central Asian countries because they are very rich in the oil and the natural gas productions and they also have the uranium reserves and India also need the uranium reserve for his nuclear power plants. So that is why India's for the India that these five countries are very much important. And also that once these countries were in the USSR satellites, actually Soviet Union satellite states, and the USSR once actually sees them as their own background, and USSR are not economically strong at that time. They need the help from the other countries. India is a very friendly country to the USSR because USSR actually helped the India to liberate the Bangladesh from the hands of the Pakistan. So that is why India do have the responsibility to help now the Russia to stable those regions for the Russia's sake, for India's sake, and for world's sake. So that is why India is so much interested about the Central Asian countries. And there is another factor in our third questions we will going to discuss actually for third and the fourth questions we will going to discuss what is the Chinese factor and why India is trying to curtail the Chinese influence in these regions. Actually, China is influencing all the countries, those who are economically deprived, and through their Belt and the Road Initiative. It is a very lackluster, timid program, and they are actually giving the loan to those countries in the name of infrastructure development. They do some development in those countries, but when the time came, then they ask for those countries to pay them fully, and those countries actually fail to pay them because they are already economically deprived countries. So that is why the situation is that the China is actually exploiting those countries by their own money, by their filthy money. So that is why the India is trying to save those countries from the clutches of the China, and the China is trying to build the road Belt and the Road Initiative by using their money in those five Central Asian countries. They are building some inland ports, they are building some railway projects, and they are building some others, and the roads and the infrastructures, all the things, bridges and the other things in those countries. But those countries do not need all the development in one sectors only called the infrastructure. They need the help in food production, they need the help in the other production systems. So that is why India is trying to sending the help to those countries, those who are economically deprived. And among them, the Turkmenistan is very much economically deprived. So India is also helping them, and India has a strategic base in Farkor, uh, in Tajikistan, in Turkmenistan, sorry. So that is why the India is trying to dismantle the Chinese factors in those Central Asian regions. And at last we came to our conclusions. Because before coming to the conclusions, I want to put some lights in the other things, in the other points, is that the India is not inviting these blocks of countries for the first time. The India has also invited the in 2018 the all the 10 ASEAN countries. In 2014 and 2019, India invited the SAARC countries and the BIMSTEC countries. So this is not the first time the India is actually helping or inviting those countries in Republic Day parade. So, but the Central Asian countries had not yet confirmed that the whether they will going to come or not because of the COVID situation. But the India already started the ministerial level talk with those countries, and our foreign minister is very much hopeful that these countries leaders will going to accept the invitations for the Republic Day parade. And now the conclusions, we will come to the conclusions, is that we can say that the India is trying to build the Chabahar link. India is trying to actually reaching those countries through the Chabahar port in the Iran. Previously, India tried to do the business to the Bandar Abbas port of the Iran. Now, India is building their own port in Iran that is called the Chabahar. So, India is trying to skip the Pakistan because Pakistan is a very hostile country, and that is why the India is trying to build up the communications with those countries, trying to import the oil from those countries, trying to import the natural gas from those countries through the pipelines. But Afghanistan has been the hostiles towards the India because India does not accept the Taliban as an legitimate leaders of the Afghanistan, because they are kind of in terrorist organizations. So that is why India is not much interested to do the business with the Afghanistan at that time now. So India is trying to amicable the situations in Afghanistan, and then the other countries of the Central Asia, like in Azerbaijan, Armenia. There are so many troubles over there also. But India is trying their best to open the Chabahar port, but Iran is having the problem with the USA regarding their nuclear deals. So India's Chabahar port program is in halt, but maybe it will start in the futures, in the near future. Very quickly it will going to start because Joe Biden wants to talk with Iran regarding the nuclear deals that actually Barack Obama have started, and JCPOA, that the deal actually signed, but the President Donald Trump actually cancelled that drill. That is why we have came to their situations, and situations is very tough in Middle and the Central Asia. So India is also trying to reach those countries through the international North and the South corridor. Hopefully, India will going to reach those countries by any way means. And at last, questions, then these questions you will going to give me the answers through our comments or sending me the email that I have provided. Or if you have any questions regarding this topic or any other topics you wants to hear from me, then you can send me the email in my email address. The questions is now is the what is the which country is the natural gas producing country in Central Asia? Largest gas producing country in Central Asia. The points are Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, or Kyrgyzstan. So you will going to give me the answer in comments, or you can send me mail. Thank you very much.